Hello and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News channel. I want to talk about something, and it has to do with people's reactions to Plan B now that he's most likely going to be wrong. Well, first of all, he might not actually be wrong because remember, we actually have gone up over 50% in a week before. It's just very unlikely that he's going to be right. I think it's probably like 85% chance he's wrong, 15% chance he's like right now. But there is still a chance that he's right because we've actually seen these giant growths within a week or two. So the thing is, we're at 58,000 right now. He predicted 98,000 by the end of the month. And it is right now November 18th, which means we have exactly 12 days, less than 2 weeks to hit that. So it's quite unlikely that we actually hit that. Still might, it's a lot more likely that we hit like 70 or 80,000, depending on how the market goes the next 2 weeks. Usually the beginning of the month is actually better than the end of the month. So, it's very, very unlikely. But the thing is, people on Twitter are blaming Plan B, even making threats. Here's the thing. They're blaming him for their own stupidity. Yes, he made predictions, but guess what? Everyone makes predictions. Like every YouTuber, every CNBC analyst, JP Morgan analyst, they all make predictions. Plan B's predictions were actually more reasonable, like, 43K in September, 63K in October, and 98K, I believe, in November. Whereas some people from like JP Morgan were predicting like 300K by the end of the year, where Plan B only predicted 135K at the end of the year, which is actually still well within bounds. Remember, between November 15th and December 15th of 2017, we went from 6,000 to 19,000. So, a doubling or maybe almost a tripling within a month and a half is entirely possible. Like I said, you might say well, it takes a lot more money this time around to do it. But there's a lot more money in play because institutions are actually coming in. Although they do tend to buy over the counter, which doesn't affect prices much, but it does actually squeeze the supply. Most long-term analysts are still bullish at this point. But back to more of like Plan B's prediction. See, Plan B is not some kind of god. He doesn't have a crystal ball. Yeah, he's like texting a bunch of non-relevant, like he's basically tweeting a bunch of non-relevant stuff like anti-vax garbage and all that other stuff right now to distract from the fact that his prediction's probably going to be wrong. That's stupid. But that doesn't change the fact that he's not someone with a crystal ball. Plan B is just some random dude on Twitter. And if you actually went all in with 30x leverage, like many of these people did that are actually blaming him, and lost all your money because you listened to some random dude on Twitter think that it's going to go to 98K by the end of the month, and you took that advice, which is not really advice, it's just his opinion, and you leveraged 30x on it, went all in, you have no one but to blame but yourself because that's just your fault for being a moron. See, everyone has wrong opinions. Not every opinion is not going to be right. Every prediction is not going to be right. Plan B happened to get it pretty close the last couple of months, although last month he did say 65K and it ended up being like 63K or 60K or something. So he's off by like 5-6%. So just from that, you can see he's not perfect. The problem is people expect Plan B to be perfect. See, people like crypto because it's decentralized, but they want to listen to a guru. That is a contradiction in itself. They want to listen to a guru where they can be sure they make money. No guru is 100%. Like 99% of financial advisors over like a 10-year period will not actually beat the market index. That's just how bad generally people are. And these are the foremost market experts. Plan B is just making a prediction on stock to flow and some other models. These models are not perfect and they can be wrong. And over the long term, they will be wrong a lot of the time. See, the thing is even if long-term predictions are right, monthly predictions and shorter term predictions can be wrong. Just because Plan B predicted 98K by the end of the month does not mean we won't go for a big dip mid-month. So even if it rises to 85, 90K by the end of the month, you can still lose money when it dumps from 68K to 58K like it just does now with 30x leverage. That's again your fault. Plan B is not holding a gun to your head making you take that leverage trade. He's not the one clicking the button, you are. He does not have control of your funds, and he's not your paid financial advisor. See, most of us on YouTube or Twitter or Reddit or whatever, we're not your paid financial advisors. We don't have services. At least myself, I don't sell financial services. I don't take your money. I don't control your money. That's up to you. I just provide opinions, much much like Jim Cramer on his Mad Money thing, and he's been wrong many times before. So we don't really have liability for what you do. Now, for those people that actually do provide financial services and do actually take money for people to trade with them, you might actually have a good course for both moral and legal grievance. Obviously, like for people that are actually affiliated with X company and telling you to buy X company without disclosing that they're part of X company first on social media, you might actually have legal and moral grievance with them too. But most of us are just providing our opinion. I'm pretty sure the Bitcoin Foundation is not paying Plan B to make bullish predictions. And many people didn't think 43K in September was that bullish anyways. So I think he's just giving his own opinion. And if you take that and just leverage 30x on it because of some dude on Twitter told you so, then there's really nothing to say except you're stupid. Now, the thing is, what are we like? We're kind of like that guy in the bar, like, you know, like the Twitter personalities and the YouTube personalities that actually make predictions based on what they see as models or just what they read as news. It's kind of like you going to a bar and then you asking like a random guy in a bar, like, hey, do you think that hot girl will go home with me? And he's like, yeah, I think she will. And then you go ask the girl and she slaps you across the face. See, that other guy that you ask is not liable. It's your fault for asking a total stranger to go home with you. And it's also your fault for not being attractive or charming enough. It's not that guy's fault. It's not Plan B's fault that you actually were a moron and leveraged trade 30x based on some guy on Twitter's prediction. See, you should have to do your own research and not try to listen to gurus for all your financial advice. We're just providing an opinion. It could be like as kind of a basis where you start your research, but your research should not end there. And if you basically like leverage 30 or 100x based on what some guy on Twitter said and you lose your money, 100% your fault. All right, that's what I have to say for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.